just left the French Creek Marina, French Creek boat launch, heading out into the Strait of Georgia Strait. And the first stop is Mistaken Island, which is to my south. Going to head down past Rathtrevor Beach, Parksville Beach, Rathtrevor Beach, head to Mistaken Island, and then out to the Valinus Islands, which are to the south. I'll show them to you in a minute, but it's a lot of sun glare. And then the plan is to head up to Lasqueti Island, go around Lasqueti Island, and then head north up to Comox, basically, around Denman and Hornby Island. Pop into Tribune Bay, take a look at Chrome Island along the way. So looking south, a fair amount of glare there. And then this over here is Lasqueti Island. We're gonna hit the south end of that and go up between Lasqueti and Texada up to the north end, and then head further north over to Chrome Island from there. That's the plan. Temperature right now is 27 degrees. It's warm. The water temperature says it's 21 degrees. I'm not sure about that, but I may be losing this jacket before too long. The wind is supposed to be dying down throughout the day. It's not particularly windy right now. It's calm seas, so it should be a good run. All right, off to Mistaken Island. So I'm in the lee of Mistaken Island. It was kind of lumpy getting over here, lumpier than I expected. I don't think I'm going to head any further south to the Valinus Islands. I'm going to go from here to Lasqueti, which is right over here. It's about 8 or 9 kilometers from here. So I'm just off of Rathtrevor Beach, Parksville. But yeah, it's still lumpy, so I'm hoping it will die down, and a little less between Lasqueti and Texada. We'll find out. It's good morning exercise. But here's the south end of Mistaken Island. You see Mount Arrowsmith off in the distance, and that's Rathtrevor Beach. All right, let's go. So I'm getting wet. I'm about halfway across. I'm definitely getting wet, but that's okay. It's nice and cool, refreshing, a bit salty. I'm heading to Sangster Island, which is, I think it's about maybe 1.5 to 2 kilometers west of the south end of Lasqueti Island. A couple boats out here, a couple power boats, a motoring sailboat over here. Bouncing around a bit. The image stabilization, you probably can't tell, but it's not crazy or anything. It's just a little more than I expected for today. But if this keeps up, I'm good for the day. If it calms down a bit, that's good too. Absolutely beautiful out here though. Pretty hazy looking north. You can see Hornby Island. You can see the shape of Hornby Island to the left there. I don't know if you can make out Arrowsmith on Vancouver Island. And then if we look over to the mainland, you can see it's pretty hazy over there. Up into that's Jervis Inlet, straight through there, up to Princess Louisa Inlet. Chatterbox Falls is up right through here. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. I'll stop at the south end of Sangster Island. So I'm getting closer to Sangster Island. It's right here. But I'm not going to actually go there. There's not much of a lead to it anyways. I'm going to, if I go there, then I'm going to have to travel more direct. A beam to the is it a beam? To the waves, the wind coming down, to get to the southern tip of Lasqueti Island to wrap around there. So I'm just going to continue on. I shouldn't have come so far north, but nonetheless I did. Abreast? Going abreast of the wind? Abreast of the waves? I'll look it up. When I'm getting closer to Lasqueti. Let's carry on. So I made it to the south end of Lasqueti. Definitely got wet coming over. It's too warm for my dry suit. I'm wearing some kayak gear that I got in the kayak store in Comox. NRS jacket and pants. They're fantastic. But I'm wet. It's nice and calm through here. I'm gonna watch some rocks. There's a little beach over here I'm gonna take a look at. I would imagine going up between Texada and Lasqueti is going to be lumpy as well, but let's go check this out. nicer. Not a lot of boats. I went into Lasqueti Park, Lasqueti Bay. Another bay up here on the left I'm going to go take a look at. Made it to West Point behind me. The wind is going to pick up when I go around that point. Interesting place. If you're thinking about checking it out, you should come by and take a look. A few boats, not too many. But it's definitely different than the west coast of Vancouver Island, for example. It's very dry and arid. Different than up in the Thurlow Islands as well. Tova Inlet. It's beautiful in here. So I've just come around West Point and the wind has settled down quite a bit. I was expecting a lot more like when I was coming out of Parksville, but I think I'm going to make that run over to Chrome Island. I'll check out False Bay, and then from there there's the sister islets, and then from there it's about 18 kilometers I think over to Chrome Island, and then I'll go up through Baines Sound. That's the intent. What time is it? 10 to 12. Got lots of time. Still have lots of fuel. Down 2 bars. I've got another 40 liters on the back. So once I get to somewhere in Baines Sound, maybe in Deep Bay, I'll pull up to a dock and drop my fuel in. But more to check out still here. There's Texada Island. I'll spin the camera around. You can see Texada Island on the other side. So I finally found some calm. Like dead calm. So I can set up my cameras. Got the 360 mounted on the handlebar, and I got this 360 on here, which I'll use when I go across to Chrome Island. I might have to take the handlebar one off. I've just been using my GoPro 10 handheld so far. But the 360 adds a much more interesting dimension to it. I was able to put the drone up. I don't know if that will come before or after this, but I haven't gone into false bay yet. I'm looking directly, if you might not be able to see it with that lens, but sister islets are straight ahead of me. So you should be able to see it if I flip it around. Yeah, I'm looking at that view and it's not very, you can't see them very well, but they're straight ahead of me. I'm gonna stop by there after I go to False Bay and then head over to Chrome Island. It's absolutely beautiful. It is hot, but I forgot to have all the zinc on my nose. tide is too low to tie up. I will get fuel somewhere else. I think there's a public dock at the Denman Island Ferry. I saw it in my drone video. So I think I'll pull up to that and dump my tanks there. If I have to get fuel in Comox, I think I should have enough fuel to get from there, wrap around Hornby and back down to Parksville. So to the Denman Island ferry. So I'm on the Denman Island side. I was closer to this side anyways. Looks like this is a public dock. It's public today anyways. I'm getting low on fuel. Got 3 bars left. So I'm going to top up with the auxiliary tanks, and then I might go to the fuel station in Comox. Didn't time that quite right, but all right. Ways down, but she'll do it. Turn this off. So I got a full tank, relatively full. It's indicating full. So the idea is to wrap around the top of Denman and then come on back the outside of Hornby and head back down to French Creek. And I think I have enough fuel for that. It's a guess, but I should have enough fuel for that. The wind has died down considerably, so on the outside of Hornby, it's not as rough. I burned more fuel going over to Lasqueti, for fuck's sakes. I burned more fuel going over to Lasqueti than I will heading back. And I'm not going south from Parksville or French Creek like I did. Anyways, that's my rationale. I'm gonna hit it and go up around the top of Denman. I probably won't stop in Comox. There's no need. Company is just north of there. I forget the name of it right now. I wanted to go by that. This guy's coming up pretty quick. I think I can get ahead of him. Anyways, I'm gonna go right across to Union Bay and then head up around that. Was that Union Point? Maybe I'll just go on an angle to Union Point. That's what I'm gonna do. Lazo Road just goes along here. The boat launch for Lazo Road is up here. Yeah, it's really calmed down. It's going to be a nice ride down around Hornby. I think it's called Lazo. It's called Lazo Point over there. This is Goose Spit, the Comox Harbor. And then turn the camera a bit. You can see Hornby Island. That's Denman right there, and Hornby. So it's a bit of a ways out to go around there. I'm still showing a full tank of gas, but it's a ways around and then back towards Vancouver Island. I'm not sure if I'll cut across the French Creek or head back to Vancouver Island and go along the shoreline, along Qualicum Bay. It's not too bad. I might just angle it over. That's, you can't see it probably in the haze, but you can see Savory Island over here. I just passed Whaling Station Bay on Hornby Island. This is Halliwell. I think it's Halliwell. No, Halliwell Park is here. There's a name for this point here, though. I'm down 2 bars of fuel, and I got a ways to go yet, but I think I should be okay. No, not too many boats out here. Sailboat out there with the sails on, or sails up, but they're not doing anything. There's a boat coming behind me. A couple kayakers over here. You can hear them talking. Anyway, I'm gonna have a rest. It's been going pretty good. It's 3:43. Then I'll carry on. Got a ways to go. So I just measured on the chart. It's about 10 or 11 kilometers left. I got plenty of fuel. So that's good. When I measured it, when I was planning, I had enough, but I don't know. Once I dump my extra tanks in, I start freaking out because I don't have any fuel, even though the tank is full. Oh well. You can see Hornby and Denman off in the distance. So that's where I've come from. Well, we were at the north end of those islands, but that point on the right is Halliwell. It has another name, but anyways, Halliwell Park. Tribune Bay is right in there. So I've come more than, it's probably 20 kilometers away from here. Passed a guy heading out. He was in a sailboat, but he was just motoring. That sailboat's still way over there. He's got his sails up, but not doing anything. So I'm just off of Qualicum Bay, Qualicum Beach. But I'm probably 8 kilometers offshore from there.